in my life, my best friend's father was a partner at a small CPA firm in our hometown, and so that was really my first inclination into that. And then it really just came down to just really liking the numbers. It really all just kind of came together when I got to CSU that was the direction I wanted to go.
When I graduated, I interviewed with a number of different firms, and banking kind of came to the top. In hindsight, it's actually worked out to be a great career and a great profession because I think it combines certainly accounting skills with more of a retail type atmosphere. So I'm meeting different people all the time, which is great.
You know, I started off in chemical engineering after doing a lot of research, talking to various professors. I spent a year of study in chemical engineering and learned that was not the place for me. So I took the next summer and did some exploration of other classes and found that I loved accounting. And I found it to be intuitive for me the way I thought the sciences were going to be.
My dad was a CPA. You know, my dad was managing partner of a local firm in Reading, Pennsylvania called Beard and Company. You know, as I was a child growing up, I got to see him working. I saw a guy that enjoyed what he did, had some fun working, felt he did something that was meaningful and interesting. And it appeared from where I sat that he made a pretty good living at it.
You know, probably two things come to mind. One, I was asked to get involved in the community clinic in Ridgway, Colorado. They were going to close down. They were funded by St. Mary's Hospital out of Grand Junction. We formed a tax district, passed a tax, bought the building, hired the doctors, and this took probably 18 months to do. But at the end of the day, if you would have walked into the clinic, you wouldn't have known any difference from pre-acquisition to after acquisition. So it was a complicated thing to do, but it was good for the community, good for a lot of people.
There's not a single moment. What gives me the most pride is when I'm out and about in Fort Collins and I'm looking around and I say to myself, I know the story of how that came about. I love being able to look back and think of the people and the organizations who are working every day really hard to make our world a better place, whether it's here locally or across the globe.
I think one of the things that we try to do is to say, hey, you know, if you're going to live in this community and work in this community, make a living in this community, you have to make it a better place to live. And so some of the things we did in our firm is every single partner was required to be involved in philanthropic organizations. You know, doing things like that, you know, obviously we like to help our clients and take care of our employees, but it's really important that we take care of our communities as well.
At Alpine Bank, we give each employee 24 hours of volunteer time a year. And I've kind of adhered to that throughout my career. Make sure that the staff, if there's something they want to get involved in that helps improve the community, a volunteer effort, we encourage them to do that. And I try to model that behavior. If you make the community better, it's where we all live, and so it's a better place for us to live and a better place to do business.
You know, our firm, Forvis, we have a foundation, and that's one of the items that I think that we really pay it forward, is that we really believe in that we should give back to the communities in which we serve. And so we have, you know, all of our team members that are participating in those foundation endeavors to really instill philanthropic endeavors and philanthropic behaviors early on in the career. And so I'm really proud of how far of a reach our foundation has in giving back to the nonprofits in our communities. And that's just one of the few ways that we give back.
The motto of the College of Business, Business for a Better World, is really aligned with the values of the foundation. As the leader of the foundation, we approach our work in making the world a better place in our local, national, and global communities.
I mean, I think wherever you go in your alma mater, I think it absolutely has an impact. For me, I was one of the recipients of the First Generation Award Scholarship, which was obviously very impactful financially, but also was able to propel me into my career now. And I've now been with the firm for over 20 years. And so I think CSU and the opportunities that they provide, the community that they provide, and the support system that the university provides is just, really allows everyone who goes through those doors and graduates an opportunity to be successful.
When I got to CSU as a freshman and when I left as a senior, I was two completely different people. And probably a lot of people would say that about their college career. But in particular, the College of Business and the accounting department, I think really took an interest in you as a student and your success. Well, I always would recommend accounting. It's not the easiest business major, and obviously I struggled a little bit in school, but once you get out, I think the benefits of studying accounting are really apparent. So work hard, do the right thing, try to overcome any obstacles to get in your way, but it's a good way to make a living.
Make sure that you're finding the firm that's right for you. There's a ton of great CPA firms in Fort Collins, in Denver, in Colorado Springs, Greeley. And so finding the fit for you, each has a unique culture. And I think being true to yourself and finding that right fit will pay dividends.
Work on your communication skills, and also most importantly, get a degree in something that you like, that you find interesting. I think some of the greatest advice, I said my dad never pushed my brother or I to become accountants. My brother wound up being a banker. I wound up being the accountant. But when we went away to college, he said, you can major in whatever you want, as long as it's something you're interested in and something you can get a job with. So I think that was good advice.
Take advantage of all the opportunities that CSU and the College of Business have to offer. Seize the moments, seize the opportunities. Just like myself, where you end up landing might not be where you start. Look at that as a journey and an adventure, and stay curious.